Zach is a type of guy who can get away even with the most terrifying things a human can say.
So they say when you're nervous, you're supposed to picture everybody naked in the crowd, and it's not too hard when you got Corinna in the front row here. Did anybody bring Cheerios? Because those things are about to pop. Goodness gracious.
My pickup line is, you can call me Pistachio because you got to work for this nut.
Wow.
And still, he gets love from millions of people. This video, we will deep dive into his unique sarcastic charisma and teach you how you can do the same with 4 simple tricks. The first and most common trait of Zach is giving absurd and exaggerated answers. Just watch. For context, they are in a blind date contest and Zach is one of the candidates.
Oh, and why you think you're a good match for my sister?
Why you should date me is, if you don't, I have a series of explosives in all of your loved ones' homes, so...
And as you see in this clip,
One was, I liked that
Humor,
one.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Well, I like it for our
was unique.
safety too, so we're gonna.
it worked. But why? The way you're talking is one of the first signals that belongs to your character. And while others were given regular and simple answers just like most of us would do,
Nations, there were like 2 to 3 that didn't make me laugh. They just kind of reused the same lines and it was a little, I mean, you know, some of them were a little basic, but some of them had a little bit of spice.
Zach answered the question in a completely different way than the others, which made him add his own character into the answer and put him in a different position than the rest by saying, I am different. Here's another one.
My sister is pursuing her DJ career, but as you know, the music industry, very cutthroat. How would you help her through it?
I would cut everyone else's throats.
Did we run a background check on him, anybody?
You can see in her eyes that she's surprised. She obviously wasn't waiting for that answer. The key to this trick is exaggerating too much to a point where it's hard to take you seriously. So they know that you're joking. They know that it's just a part of your character and you have your own unique personality. Also, you don't have to be funny with your answers all the time. Sometimes, giving the unexpected one make them laugh even if it's a dark one. And clever answers works too, just like happened here. There's no limit to exaggerating as long as you're making it obvious. Zach does this all the time and makes others surprised or laugh. It's a double win situation due to human nature which loves surprises and having fun. The second trait of Zach is telling embarrassing stories about himself. Let's watch.
I ended up in the hospital after I lost my virginity. I was so nervous because we planned it for the weekend.
And I didn't eat anything for like 3 days prior. And I was behind there experiencing doggy style. And I felt a little woozy. And I thought maybe this is what happens.
I wake up, shirt on backwards that I guess she put on me, and condom still on. So that's a fun fact about me. What's a fun fact about you?
No, do you not know what the a fun fact is?
What?
Now, this is the trait of his that I love the most because it makes everyone laugh without making fun of anyone. Plus, it makes you look confident because it sends a message like it's not a problem for you to share your embarrassing moments in front of a crowd. Here's another example by Zach.
Where would you take Andrea on your first date? Bachelor number 2.
I'm really big on nostalgia, so I would want to show you where I spent most of my time growing up. So we would see my uncle's basement.
Something you could say while watching a horror movie and while losing your virginity.
I didn't expect the uncle to be the one behind the mask.
That can be considered as trauma for some people, but for Zach, you can see him making daddy or uncle jokes all the time and he nails it. It's just a part of him to turn it into his unique charisma, which he's not embraced to share.
So contestants, if your house was on fire, what one item would you grab on the way out?
I would probably grab my dad out of the house. Oh wait, no, he left the house when I was really little. So he wouldn't be in there. I'd probably grab...
A little warning, you don't want to do this all the time. Sometimes it's better to remember to tell self-elevating stories to show everyone that you're not so much self-depreciating. This clip leads us to his third trait, adding contrast to the story. Most of the time, Zach uses a formula. His jokes consist of 2 things. First, a negative shot, and then the positive shot to add contrast to his jokes. Here's an example.
If we had a fight, how would you make it up to me?
So I would gaslight you into you thinking you're the problem. And then I would abuse you emotionally till you get to a point where you only get satisfaction from me and if I tell you you look good or anything like that. And then I would start slightly treating you better. So you'd think I'm changing. And then it would be this off and on until you're almost hooked for life, and I'm like almost like a drug to you, where even when you're not around me and we break up, like you're yearning for me like nicotine. Oh, and if that doesn't work, I'd go to a movie.
You can see everyone's reaction through their eyes. That was the most unexpected answer, and everyone was shocked completely. But then he gave the positive shot and made everyone laugh more.
Oh, and if that doesn't work, I'd go to a movie.
Imagine how regular it would be to tell directly we would go to a movie. But with adding contrast, he turned a regular and boring answer into a beautiful joke that everyone laughed at. Important warning again, you wouldn't want to give the negative shot last, because then it could create an atmosphere like this.
What you would do with Neza on your perfect date?
The perfect day, I would say we both get dressed up. You know, we look really pretty, go to like a rooftop bar, have a couple drinks, and then I'd take you back home and you'd have the best 20 seconds of your life.
You know what? It started good.
It started off so great.
As you see, these types of reactions are not what you would want. Zach knows this, so he always puts positive shot last. Here's an example. Same question, same people, but different reactions.
This is what I would do. I would show up to your door, I'd drive there, I want to pick you up. I knock on the door. I have a present behind my back. You open, you assume it's flowers. You're like, oh, basic, but very thoughtful. Afterwards, you're back in my car. You're like, I want to give you my body as a thank you. I want to sexually release with you as a thank you. And I'm like, no, I want to find a place to park under the stars, look up, and get to know you emotionally and intellectually before I ever get to know you physically, okay? I want the basis of our relationship to start on communication.
And then what happens?
And then we're probably going to go get ice cream, because I love ice cream.
This time he put a regular answer, but it worked again. You don't need to give incredible unique answers. You can be funny even with regular answers like having ice cream and going to a movie by giving a negative shot before them. And adding contrast always works, guys. And his fourth and last habit, playing the role in the story. This is the golden trait to hook everyone's attention and make them convey your excitement. Just watch.
You really get in touch with your feelings. You find out who you are. Maybe how strong you are, you know? What you're really made of. And I thought, you know, I could never be whole again. And
just look at the group. Everyone is listening to him like he's explaining the mystery of the universe. Not only they are listening to him carefully, they are also conveying his emotions and keeping up with it. And that's what you would want. This is one of the most common traits of Zach. He always does this, as you can see in the previous
And
clips.
it makes me emotional just thinking about him right now, but I don't know, I gotta put the mic down.
By giving life to story,
I want the basis of our relationship to start on communication.
you can make them convey your excitement and emotions. Yes, but not just that. He also does this to make it obvious that he's joking around, especially if it's a suspicious joke. With that, he disperses the clouds of seriousness and creates a funny atmosphere. By following these 4 tricks, you can be that person in the room that everyone wants to keep around. And by following me, you can learn more about charisma. See you in the next one.